This week, I've been spending time with the all-new 2026 Hyundai Palisade XRT Pro. The XRT Pro is a new trim for the Palisade. It's their soft rotor variant here. It adds 18-inch all-terrain tires, some orange tow hooks, has 8.4 inches of ground clearance underneath, some off-road drive modes, off-road cameras, off-road pages on the inside as well, which we'll take a look at. Base price for the new Palisade starts at just over $40,000 for the front-wheel drive SE trim, and as tested for this XRT Pro H-Track all-wheel drive is just over $52,000. I've been spending all week with this car, so I'm going to be giving you my impressions on what it's been like to live with. We'll start with the exterior, interior, and then we'll take it for a short test drive and go from there. Let's get a closer shot of these wheels. 255 60R18 riding on Continental Cross Contact ATR. Pretty aggressive tire here. Very nice looking wheels as well. You got the XRT cladding. These soft rotors crack me up. I don't think anybody is actually going to take this thing off-road, but it does look pretty cool. Let's go ahead and open up the back. You do get a power lift gate. The new Palisade can tow 5,000 pounds. It does come standard with a receiver hitch hidden behind this little plastic piece right here. This is a 3-row SUV, obviously. You do get a 12-volt outlet, the ability to fold down the second row with a push of a button. The top trim calligraphy has power folding third and second rows, and I believe the third row can actually slide back and forth to allow for a lot more legroom as well, which is actually pretty cool. But we'll fold these seats down. They're easy to fold down, and it reveals a lot of cargo space. The Palisade is actually 2.5 inches longer, so there is a little bit more cargo space with the second row folded down, but with the third row, it's pretty much about the same. Under here, you do get a little bit of storage. We'll fold these seats back up so we can climb back in the third row here in just a second. Regular fuel only, which is nice. Climb in the third row real fast. To get into the third row, all you gotta do is just hit that button there and the seat shoots forward. Pretty easy to climb in as well. I'm 6 foot, and honestly, it's not too bad at here with the seat in this position. I actually moved this seat forward just a tad because it can slide forward and backward to help accommodate for the third row. So we'll actually go slide over here, and it's very livable for an adult. Plenty of legroom, and I would have plenty of legroom up there as well. So really no problems at all. You do get 100-watt USB-C outlets throughout this entire vehicle that I can confirm do charge your phone really fast. A couple cup holders over here, a couple cup holders over there. Really nice place to be. I could have no complaints in the back seat of this Palisade at all. To get out, all you gotta do is press that button again. That seat shoots forward, and you can easily just climb right on out. Climbing into the second row here, you get captain's chairs. I wish there was an option to get a bench seat, but I think you can only get a bench seat in the base model SE if I remember correctly. I'll actually leave this open to allow for some ample lighting in here. That is one area where I think Hyundai has a little bit of a missed opportunity. You got the orange accents outside the vehicle. Why don't you bring them on the inside of this thing and brighten this interior up nicely? Some orange stitching or piping would be nice in these seats, but everything's just black. Second row here, you do get a couple map pockets, a couple USB-C ports, 115-volt outlet, decent size storage down here, and a little pass-through to go through the center. Your climate controls are up here. No rear heated seats here. I believe the Canadian models get that. You get peasant blockers in the door here, cup holders and some storage. You can kind of see the ambient lighting that goes all throughout this vehicle. Here's a good example over there. You can change it to any color you want. I'm very comfortable. Like I said, these seats slide forward and backwards to allow for better passenger rooms in the back, but overall, no complaints back here at all. What's really cool about this Palisade is it has an advanced rear occupant detection system. When you turn the vehicle off, it will say on the gauge cluster that detection starts after locking the vehicle. And let's say you accidentally leave your child in the car. After you walk away, the vehicle's locked. It has like radar sensors in here that will look for movement in this vehicle, and it will sound an alarm and alert you on your phone if there's something detected in the vehicle that's moving. I think that is very nice. Let's go ahead and check out what's under the hood real quick. So under the hood of the all-new Palisade is a new engine. Gone is the 3.8 liter and in is the 3.5 liter V6. This is naturally aspirated. It's made to tune 8-speed transmission and makes 287 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. That's a little bit down compared to last year, and we'll kind of get into the driving impressions as we go along in the test drive. But it gets about 19 miles a gallon combined. Like I said, this is all-wheel drive, and it looks like there's quite a bit of space to work on some things in here. Your air filter is easy to access, your battery is easy to access, oil filler cap's easy to access as well, and you got your dipstick, which is nice to see. It's nice that you do get some hood struts as well. As we make our way to the driver's seat here, you do get smart key access on the door. You do get the digital key as well that you can use your smartphone to unlock and start the vehicle. Up front here, you do get heated and ventilated front seats that are power adjustable. No memory positions. I think the Canadian versions get that. To start the Palisade, they actually moved the start button from over here down to the gear selector. So all you gotta do, put your foot on the brake, hit this button here, starts the vehicle. Up front here, you do get two 12.3-inch displays, and it is ingrained nicely into the dash. It's not a tablet just shoved into the dash for no reason. It's very nicely molded in here, and I think looks very sharp. Wireless Android Auto, wireless CarPlay, that's new for 2026. I don't know what took them so long for that, but you do get a very nice 360 reverse cam. That is definitely one of the highest quality cameras I've seen in a vehicle. You can kind of move it around like a drone. It also has some trail cams that you can do some off-roady stuff and kind of watch out for some objects, mall parking lots. Really no complaints with this infotainment at all. You do have some additional features in this infotainment that I haven't seen with other versions of it in other vehicles, and that is this little trailer widget. You can click on here, turn on some trailer mode and add a trailer, go through the checklist here to make sure you are attaching the trailer safely and securely. Coming down through here, lots of physical controls, dual, actually tri-zone climate here. You do get heated and ventilated seats like I mentioned earlier, heated steering wheel, 2-stage, that's heated all the way around. You get some drive modes. You get normal, Eco, Sport, and My Drive. I'd just be keeping it normal. Then if you push this button, you do get your terrain modes, snow, mud, and sand. And then coming down through here, you do get a ton of space, a 12-volt outlet. Up through here, a wireless charger, 3 USB-C ports, once again with that 100-watt USB-C fast charging, couple cup holders, pretty decent size center console here, and a pretty decent size glove box as well. Auto-dimming rear view mirror. No garage home link, unfortunately. No sunglasses holder either. Illuminated visor mirrors here as well, and this model does come with a sunroof. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and take this thing out on the road and see what it's like to drive. Overall, I really like the materials in this cabin. I think they are pretty good for the price. Like I said, it is a little bit plain. These door panels just look a little bare, and there's really not a whole lot of color in here. So maybe in a mid-cycle refresh or something, they'll incorporate a little bit of color in here to brighten it up. But overall, no squeaks, no rattles this week at all. And I would certainly hope not for just 2,100 miles, but I've certainly seen my fair share of vehicles that are a rattle can with just under 1,000 miles. So kudos to Hyundai. This does have the blind spot turn signal cameras. I've said this in all my Hyundai videos and Genesis videos. Just love that. Super handy, super practical in real world use. Really smooth acceleration, smooth transmission shifts. Such an easy vehicle to drive. My main gripe with this vehicle is actually the new engine. This 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6 just doesn't feel like it has enough power to move this thing out of its own way. There's nobody home down low, and to even get any power out of this thing, you really gotta wind this thing out. I can't imagine trying to tow something 5,000 pounds because I don't think you're going to be going very fast. I'd be curious to see a test from other channels to see how this actually does towing. So we navigate on this super bumpy road here. We'll put that off-road suspension to the test. Honestly, it's really good. It soaks up the bumps nicely. There's not a whole lot of reverberations throughout the cabin. Pretty plush. You live in an area with a lot of potholes or just a lot of bumpy roads, you'll be happy with how this rides. Handling is pretty decent for an SUV. Steering is light. It's exactly what you'd want in an SUV of this size. Brakes are really good as well. This vehicle doesn't feel like it's super heavy or anything. Throttle response is pretty good. A little bit of smoothing, but not unacceptable. Man, just seems very lethargic and asthmatic around town. This would definitely benefit from a turbo. I'm not normally a fan of putting turbos in vehicles just because of, you know, reliability reasons, but this vehicle is certainly an excuse to put one in, that's for sure. We'll keep it in the normal drive mode as we will merge on this highway here, just to give a real world example of what it's like. All right, nobody's coming. Let's floor it. Yeah, the V6 does sound good though. I will give it that. It has a very nice note. It sounds actually very similar to my Honda Ridgeline that I had, just missing that VTEC note. Here on the highway, it's relatively quiet. There is some tire noise because of the tread pattern of the tires, but it's not unacceptable at all. You get Hyundai's Highway Driving Assist and Adaptive Cruise Control, super easy to engage. Keeps you centered in your lane nicely. Visibility is very good. I know they revised the pillars to make it a lot better for you to see out of. Even with the third row up, I can still see perfectly fine out of the back. You do got that blind spot monitoring in the mirrors and the blind spot cameras in the gauge cluster to help out with that. It does have a driver attention monitor right here as well to make sure I'm paying attention to the road. Oh my goodness. The XRT Pro comes with a 14-speaker Bose premium audio system. Sounds really good. Rated a pretty solid B tier system. Really no complaints with the overall package. I mean, I think for the price here and what it's competing with, I think it's up to snuff. There is a hybrid coming later this year that will, I think, have like 320 horsepower. So I'm really curious to see how that drives and hope to get that very soon to test. I believe Hyundai is promising about 34 miles a gallon for that, if I remember correctly, which will be awesome. Speaking of miles a gallon, this week I have been averaging 19.9, so not too bad. One thing I have noticed this week is I think the headlight sensor is way too sensitive. There'd be times, you know, I'd be driving home at 4 or 5 o'clock. The sun's kind of a little bit down, but not all the way, you know, behind the horizon. But, you know, as I navigate through some of these roads with trees on it, it casts shadows on the road. And the headlights are just constantly turning on and off. And I've had people be like, what the heck are you doing? Are you like flashing me to like flag me down or what? Just because the headlights just keep turning on and off. And, you know, I turn the switch off here and the vehicle reminds me that my headlights are off every time I hit a darker area. So I think, I'm not sure if it's just a issue with this unit here or if it's just something with all the units, but the headlight sensor is just way too sensitive for this vehicle. Do get some paddle shifters behind the wheel to kind of help you with towing. Make sure you're in that power band, which is way the heck up there. You'll definitely need it for that. The vehicle also does come equipped. Oh, there you go. Now you can kind of see how we just entered the trees back there, you know, the shaded trees, and it just turns the headlamps on. Watch, when we get back into here, my headlights are off, and then we'll kind of go up here where it's shaded, and then watch, the headlights will turn right back on. See, boom. They are right back on, and it's not even it's not even 3 o'clock in the afternoon and my headlights are on. So yeah, hopefully they remedy that, because it's kind of annoying because it dims the screens on the inside as well. Watch, it'll turn on right here, I bet. Wait for it. And they're on. Yep, called it. Let's do a 0 to 60, because why not? Overall driving comfort is really good. I think these seats are very comfortable and supportive. You got adjustable lumbar. No complaints at all from me or the passengers that have been riding in this week. It's a pretty nice family-oriented road trip car. All right, guys, I think that's going to do it for the 2026 Hyundai Palisade XRT Pro review. Thank you so much for watching, and shout out to Hyundai for providing this vehicle for me to film this week. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments of what you guys think, as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll go ahead and see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.